hope your week is going well. It's been 3 weeks since we seen it.
Since we saw y'all and we missed y'all and we've been thinking about y'all, and please forgive us for not putting up our videos. We have been thinking about y'all and we've been thinking about what we want to talk to y'all about.
It's been a lot going on. It's been really crazy. Like, I wasn't feeling well. Tony had homework.
Yeah, loads and loads of homework.
So yeah, but we're back. So hopefully everything continues to go straight. So today we're going to be talking about New York City living. One of the things that has been a pressing thing is surviving New York City. And so if you don't know, we are Southern country Bamas, North Carolina strong.
Oh yeah.
And in August, we moved to New York City. And so there has been a lot of pros and cons about living the big city life. And we're both young. I'm 27 and Tony's 25. I had a birthday recently. I turned 27. I'm in my late 20s. But hey, thank you Lord for another year. But anyway, being millennials, moving to a big city is really, really fun. But there's a lot of research that you should also do before you choose to make this kind of switch. And so I'll go first. One of the things that I want to definitely make mention to is when I first moved here, I didn't have any money. And so I had family that lived in New York City, but I had to work at my job for a month before I ever got paid. And that was the scariest thing I ever done. I was calling Tony crying, calling my, it says it's my bedtime. But I was, no. I teach and I go to work at 7 o'clock in the morning, so I have a bedtime. But anyways, I would call Tony crying. I would call my mom crying because it was hard trying to get adjusted to the fast pace of the city. And so I live in Brooklyn. I was living in Brooklyn when I first moved up here. And so having to catch the train, and I had visited before, so I knew how to do some things, but just trying to catch the train, trying to make sure I had a Metro card. If you live in the city, everybody has a Metro card. And the Metro card is basically how you get onto the train. You swipe, go, it's $2.75. Yeah. And sometimes that $2.75 adds up. Oh. One of the things that we learned later on is to get an unlimited plan. And so they have it weekly and monthly. And so I didn't know anything about those limited plans at first. So it was just $2.75, and that's one way. So it's like you pay $2.75, then you got to pay another $2.75 to get back. And Lord forbid you got to go more than one spot. Back to my main point. You need to have money if you are moving.
If you plan on moving up here, you definitely need money because I'm telling you, transportation like Ubers and what's the other one? Lyft. What's the other? It's the new one.
It's another one. I forgot the name of it.
Yeah, it's the new one.
But even those add up.
Which leads to our first con: parking.
Parking is a demonic force,
especially
in New
here.
York City. It's like in North Carolina, there's parking lots everywhere, and so you don't really think about parking. And if you live in Charlotte, the only time that you really have to pay for parking is if you're going into the city. And if you're like, let me go in the city for a little bit, and if you're going during the daytime, then you may have to pay for parking. But other than that, you're not paying for parking. Here, you have to switch the sides of the road. So in front of our apartment building, we have a sign that'll say on one side of the road, you can't park here Tuesday and Friday.
Yeah, and then there's certain time
between
limits.
a certain time.
Yeah.
And so that means you have to move your car to the other side. And then, see, we don't have another side of the road. So we have to go around the block to another street. And then I drive the car to work because it's more convenient for me to drive. Because if he can't drive his car to work because he works downtown Brooklyn and there is no parking. Like, you're not going to find parking. And if you do, you're going to have to pay the meter. And then the meter means you can only park there for an hour at a time. So if he have a 6 to 7, 8 hour shift, no car when he comes back. One of the pros about transportation, because since parking goes into transportation, is it's easier to take the train, like when you're trying to get around the city and trying to go different places, because you don't have to worry about did I park my car here? You don't have to worry about how am I going to navigate through traffic, because traffic is a whole nother beast.
And then, God forbid, they have one of these festivals around here.
Then you can't even park on your own street. We got a ticket when we first moved here. I forgot about that ticket.
Yeah.
That's probably one
of the reasons. Very first
one. You want to talk about the cost of living stuff?
I was going to talk about Times Square.
Okay. You talk about Times Square now. Talk about
all right. Times Square. That is a pro for me. I don't know what it is.
I love Times Square.
Yeah, it's a pro. Definitely. There's so much to do out there, and all the lights, you know, just like how you see it on pictures and videos from like people's videos and stuff like that. It's just like that, and the experience is really great. I will say, you know, after you've been out there, you know,
because I know what you're about to say.
I'm trying not to turn it into a comment.
Don't think that we hate New York. I know it might come off like they got a lot of cons. New York is survival of the fittest, okay? We are from the South. We were not prepared for some of this stuff. But we here, and the Lord is making a way. You know, we do not live a bad life. Look, I gotta explain.
You know,
we do not live a bad life, but I'm just saying my personal opinion on some of these things with me coming from the South. I love the money. It's great pay. Whoa. Would I raise a family here? No.
All right.
Well, why he get himself together? I'm going to tell my Times Square experience. So, going to Times Square the first time, actually my first time was in college. So, even after going so many times, I still love Times Square. Lights, gorgeous. Broadway shows, it's good. Food in Times Square. Food is really convenient too, because I know, like, my biggest thing I want to do is try food off a food truck and get the New York hot dogs, which are great. Did you just... Did he just pass gas? That was loud.
He was growling.
Oh, he growled. I was like, what in the world? It was something else I was going to talk about.
You did cost of living.
Cost of living. I think for people that live in the South and like that go back and forth, there's a big, I feel like it's more of a myth, you know, than it being really true. Cost of living is higher, but it depends on what is higher. Like rent, yes, it's high. And this rent is the highest rent I've ever paid in my life. And it's the smallest space I've ever lived in my life. Like New York, we live in a huge apartment, and we'll do an apartment tour before we our lease is up here. But it has a true, like, this apartment is a little better because it has a true living room, has a true bedroom, a true bathroom, and a true kitchen. Yeah. All the other apartments I saw, it was just one space.
Yeah.
So we even saw videos where it's people where they would hold their arms out like this and they was touching their walls.
Right.
So it's you have to really get adjusted to that. But I think I have come to the cozier thing. I think smaller now. Like, I don't try to get things in big, huge, in bulk because I know we don't have the space for it. And it's helped save money. Whereas, and then going back to the cost of living, like, my light bill is only $18 a month. And, like, the heat is like $30. In North Carolina, I pay like $100 and something for both of those. Yeah. Even though the cost of living is higher, we pay less here than we paid in North Carolina. I think that's all I can think of right now. I do want to say overall, like, anybody that has talked to me about this New York experience, I think that my tone has been a little bit more negative. And I don't want anybody to be that watches this to be discouraged from moving.
That was just our
experience.
You know, your experience might be different. Maybe you won't have to go through certain things that we had to go through.
Yeah, because I'm being transparent, but there are some things that were personal that I'm not really disclosing. Yeah. But I've gone through a lot. Yeah. Even before Tony moved up here, I went through a lot by myself. Yeah. Where it really shook me and it had to grow me in a lot of areas. Yeah. But I will say I'm thankful for this part of my process. Like, I've always wanted to live in New York. Anybody knows me, I've been talking about moving to New York since I was in elementary school. And I was born, if you don't know, I was born in New York City. And so it's a part of me, I think, that had that pull to want to be here. But Yeah, like I won't say because I still love New York City. It's not a city for me to personally live for that much longer, but I do love it. Like the weekends, I have a whole lot of fun. Like I love traveling around the city. I love, going shopping. And now we finally found eating place. I'm definitely gonna miss the food because I'm a foodie. I love to eat.
Oh yeah.
We should do a restaurant video.
Oh yeah.
We can talk about different restaurants.
I was just thinking about that.
See how we be?
Like that burger and all those.
Yeah.
Next level.
Don't make me hungry. It's late. But yeah, we could go on for days talking about this, but we just wanted to, share a little bit of our experiences. I know that especially coming from our small town of Gastonia, and, Charlotte is big, but it's not as big as New York. But coming from Gastonia and Charlotte, this is a dream to, leave and be able to say that I live somewhere else and I've done it well. I know I'm doing a lot of talking, but this is like stuff that I've been wanting to tell people for a long time. But it's just like, I just really like, if you don't get anything else out this video, I just really want you to know, like, follow your dreams and be prepared. Like,
the main thing prepared. I would say is, be prepared before you come up here.
But we're going to wrap it up, though. We're going to sing.
Oh, we're going to sing for y'all. I knew that was going to make you shut up. That's going to be my way to make you shut up for now. I'm like, thank you.
I am who I am today because God used my mistakes. He worked them for my good, like no one else ever could.
I am who I am today because God used my mistakes. He worked them for my good, like no one else ever could.
I am who I am today because God used my mistakes. He worked them for my good, like no one else ever could. Ooh, I am who I am today because God used my mistakes. He worked them for my good.
Where'd it go?
Like no one else ever could. And God told me, He told us to tell you it was necessary. Oh, it was necessary.
Oh.
It was necessary.
Is that thing?
Oh, Lord. It was necessary. It was necessary, Lord. It was necessary. So, we hope you enjoyed the video. We hope you enjoyed this song.
Oh, girl.
You can't.
Sorry.
I'll do that again. We hope you enjoyed the video. We hope you enjoyed the song. Everything is necessary.
Yep.
Be prepared, because it's necessary.
It's necessary.
Please subscribe if you haven't already. Share this with your friends. Share it with your coworkers. Share it with anybody. Share it with the world.
I'm sorry. Did you see the face he gave you? That share it with your friends. Share it with your coworkers. He said.
We love y'all. Deuces.
Deuces.